Hello, and welcome back to Two Reds, One Devil, a show where me, a United fan, talks to two Liverpool fans, Jake. Say hi, Jake.
You're right.
And Ryan.
Hi, you're right.
You.
We're a bit rusty, clearly. We've had another couple of weeks off again, but we have managed to get ourselves back together for the fourth episode of our new and improved podcast.
I think there's like longer and longer gaps in between each one now, isn't there?
I don't know. It's 2 weeks. I think was our limit. But I want to say first of all, thank you because our last. I don't know if you two know. I think I did put it in the chat. Our last video got the most views we've ever got. I mean, it's baby steps.
Yeah.
It's baby steps, but 318 views. I think it was on last time I checked. Which
Fucking go us.
yeah, it's not. We're not setting the world alight, but it's steady away. It's progress. And I did.
In a year's time,
We'll look back on this with fondness. And I did look at the analytics as well, and people did actually watch it to the end as well. It wasn't just people like clicking on it and going off. So thank you. And if you've come back again, thank you even more. Because we've got plenty to talk about, and I know Ryan's excited to get stuck into me for obvious reasons. But it's Ryan's.
Someone please clip that.
But yeah, we'll get on because it's Ryan's quiz this week, so it means he's not going to get another point on the board because he's a little football nerd.
Right, are we getting straight into the quiz?
Yeah, like I just said.
I think so. Honestly, this rustiness here, boys.
Right.
It won't be 300 views this week, I tell you that.
Right. Before we start
one.
anything,
Where are we?
can we just tell us if we need pen and paper this time? Because
Yeah, you will.
okay.
Well,
that's a sigh of a man defeated already. Here we go.
Well, I'm going to have to pause it because I have no idea where I've got a pen here. Right, sorted. Got a pen. Let's go, Ryan.
Right, round one. It's going to be back and forth between you two. And no mistakes. I'll give you like 5 seconds each. You have to be. It's quite quick fire, but any wrong answer and you're out. Okay?
Oh, I struggle with these ones, don't we now?
So you need to think about it. Right, round one. Jake, you can begin. Because why not? Name me for 20 Premier League stadiums.
Wait, just
so back
one
and
of them?
forth. Yeah, just one
right,
back
okay.
and forth.
Right,
Right, and we begin. Yeah,
What did you say?
Anfield.
Yeah.
Molineux.
Yeah,
Old Trafford,
Villa Park.
Etihad,
Selhurst Park.
the Emirates,
Stamford Bridge.
London Stadium. Ooh,
No!
Inside.
I think that's 5 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Mine
one.
went-
Tony-
I mean, mine went
I'm
blank
very
then.
glad. I'm very glad I couldn't think of one.
It's best of 3 by you guys for round one. So Jake, you're in match point.
How many did we get there? Did we even get 10?
No, you got 9.
Fucking hell.
I
Disappointed
think
with
mine
that.
was blank. I can't remember which
So-
ones have been
It's
said.
it's the pressure, honestly. You could think, like that one. You wouldn't even have to think about that one to do it under no pressure. But there we go.
Right, number 2, Augie, you can start. You need this. Tell me the teams which have already qualified for the Euros.
England.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah, you back and forth, back and forth.
Germany,
Czech
Yeah.
Republic.
Yeah,
Ooh, Netherlands,
yeah,
France.
yeah,
Spain,
yeah,
Portugal.
yeah,
Italy,
yeah.
Wales.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland.
No.
No, I nearly said Northern Ireland.
And it's one apiece.
It was a bit of a trick question. I thought, why would Ryan be asking that? Why does he care?
Right, so for the point, I want for Premier League nicknames. Jake, you can start again.
Do we have to say like who they're the nickname for, or is it
No,
just
just
the
for nickname. Just for nickname.
Red Devils,
Yeah.
The Toffees.
Yeah.
Wolves,
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
The Baggies.
Yeah.
The Gunners.
Yeah.
The Blues.
Yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah.
The Reds.
Yeah.
The Toon.
No.
Toon Army.
Nah,
That's
What is
Magpies.
Magpies.
Oh, it's Magpies, yeah.
Magpies. That was my
And
next
Jake
one as
takes a
well.
point.
I am very glad you said that.
Who did we miss out of interest?
Missed out the Villains, the Blades,
Oh,
the
Blades.
Foxes, the Saints, the Citizens, the Hammers. Some big names.
I think it's just remembering teams in it under
Citizens and
pressure.
Not the Sky Blues.
Nah, it's Citizens.
Ah, I thought it was the Sky Blues. Okay.
No, the Sky Blues
yeah,
are Coventry, is it?
Could be.
Yeah. So it's 1-0 Jake.
Okay.
And for round 2, you will need pen and paper.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Augie, because you're losing, I'll let you pick A, B, or C. But I'm going to tell you which team. It's a starting 11. Well, we've done this before. You're no
Oh, here we
stranger
go.
to it. But Augie, I'm going to give you the choice of which team
Can
you
I
want
have
to
C,
pick.
please? C.
No, well, I'm going to tell you the options.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's even better.
You can have the England line up against Italy in the Euros 2012.
God.
Ooh.
You can have Real Madrid starting 11 in the 2014 Champions League final against Atletico Madrid. Or you can have for Borussia Dortmund Champions League final team against Bayern Munich in 2013.
Ooh. Do you know what? I'm going to go with the Borussia Dortmund one.
And Jake, what would you like?
What year did you say the Real Madrid one was from?
2014. Types it into Google.
Again, no. I'm writing it down. Atletico Madrid, yeah.
No, Real Madrid, sorry.
No, like against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to give
I'll
you.
take that one then.
I'll give you a minute and a half. Okay.
Yep.
So your time starts now. No one went for the England. Interesting.
That's someone like Jonathan Woodgate or something. Not Jonathan Woodgate. Matthew Upson, I think, was about him.
Just you concentrating for Dortmund team. Right, 15 seconds go on. Augie needs this point.
There's one that I cannot spell, so I've just put a squiggle. I think you can guess who if you've been thinking about this one.
And of course, it's who am I afterwards. $45 seconds left.
Ooh. I've got 11 names. I've got 11 names down.
So have I, but I don't think that's right.
Do you want to cancel it now? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to pull the
Yeah,
plug.
go on.
Right, here we go. Who wants to go first, boys?
I'll go.
Jake, come
Go on.
Right, come on, Jake.
Keylor Navas in goal.
No,
Oh,
Who was it?
Casillas.
wow.
Still in 2014, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. That might be a lot fucking earlier than I expected, but okay. Fuck. Carvajal right back.
Yeah.
And I went with Ramos and Varane.
Yeah.
Varane!
Varane.
I thought you were joking then. So,
Oh.
carry on.
Marcelo.
No, it was Coentrao started.
Oh, was it? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Then I went with Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro.
You've got Modric.
Neither of them two start now.
No. Sami Khedira was alongside Modric.
Oof.
I was thinking Khedira, but I didn't know whether that was too late. And then
Who?
Benzema, Ronaldo, I'm pretty sure both started.
Yeah.
And was it Isco?
It wasn't.
Was it Bale?
It was Bale and Di Maria you were missing.
I was between Bale and Isco, and I went with Isco.
Did Bale score in that final?
Yep.
I thought he came
Scored
off the
winner.
bench.
Yeah.
So how many was that then?
It was 6. 6 to beat, Oliver. 6 to beat.
Well, do you know what? I'm confident. There's 6 players here that I'm fairly confident with. It's whether I get one more.
Right.
Right. So I've gone Weidenfeller in goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Piszczek right back.
Yep.
Hummels and Subotic at the back.
Yep.
Schmelzer left back.
Oh, it's 5 out of 5.
Blazikowski right wing.
Yeah.
That's the one I couldn't spell. Royce left wing.
Yeah. He might have got that all, you know. He's won already.
Nah, I think there's one there
I
in
need
this.
Sahin.
Oh, no.
Oh. Bender.
Yeah.
Kagawa.
No.
Lewandowski.
Yeah. You missed out 2.
To be fair, I thought you'd go for Goetze as well.
I knew there was a German player I was missing. I didn't want to put Goetze in.
Well, I knew
There was
you
2
wouldn't
German
get-
players you were missing. Both begin with G, but neither of them were Gotze.
No, I know because Goetze couldn't play the final because he was injured. I think it was just before we went to buy him on it.
I can't
Yeah.
think of who that.
Both with
who
G.
it
Was
is.
it, ooh.
You should get one of them. The other was tricky. Very tricky.
Are they midfielders? I mean, Gundogan's one of them.
Oh, Gundogan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gundogan.
Good show.
And then Grabkirch.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot about him.
yeah.
Completely forgot about him.
So
Yeah,
all
was
you
it
take for
German
points.
now, isn't he?
Yeah, no
Not
idea
sure
where
he
he is. That was the 1-0, wasn't it? What Iron Robin scored.
Yeah. No,
2-1.
2-1.
2 what was it? Oh,
Robin
2
scored in the
1.
last
Oh
one.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Gundogan scored, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, scored a penalty. So we move on to Who Am I? Where winner takes all.
Woohoo.
So it's going to be the same concept as it did last time, where 3 players, one played for Liverpool, one played for United, and the other didn't. But I'm not going to tell you which order it's in.
Okay.
Yep, I like that.
Right, so have I just deleted for note? I hope not. I'd be a bit disastrous. No, here we are. Right, for 3 points, I have played with Virgil van Dijk, Robert Lewandowski, and Gareth Bale.
This all at club level.
You tell me, Jake.
Ooh.
Well, no, that's the point. I don't know yet.
Right, I'll tell you for this one, but I'm not going to answer that question in future. But for this one, it is all club level.
Okay.
Okay.
Bit of stunned silence. That's when you know it's a good one.
Do you have any ideas?
I've not got a guess at the minute for you.
I'll give you a few more seconds. Get those clogs working.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, no, I don't know if I've got it. I think he has played with all of them though.
Let's go for it. Let's hear it.
Højbjerg.
Oh, he's got a bang on.
Oh, shit.
I was just thinking Spurs and Southampton, and I thought that is just a typical "who am I" technique, just to do one that's just moved, just to throw you off.
Yeah, he's got it in the leg.
So
3 points.
That's a big 3 points. That.
That's 3 points.
Right, so player number 2, I have played with Gil Clichy, Robin van Persie, and Kolo Touré.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
No.
Has he though? Just out of interest, do you think he has?
Right, I'm just realising all these players have played before at Arsenal.
Yeah, how's it? Oh yeah.
So there's probably a number of players.
Probably going to need the second clue on this one.
Fuck's sake.
And 2 of them have played at fucking City.
Oh shit.
Fuck's sake.
I think,
Not the best one, boys.
I think you should be deducted a point for having a poor quiz.
So you're 2 pissing weeks to come up with this, so this is what you come up with, right? It's a shambles.
Jake,
Well,
you're still coming up for an answer for this one, Chief.
Who did you
Any
say? You
shots
said
in the park?
Chamberlain, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Just pick any Arsenal player. Really.
I wouldn't be in with it.
Need something from you.
I don't know. Theo Walcott. Fuck knows.
I'm afraid not. Right. For 2 points, I have made over 100 caps for my country and have been named Player of the Year on 4 occasions for them.
Hmm. 100 caps for their country.
I'll throw in the obvious as well. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but all those players never played with him at Arsenal.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I've kind of guessed that. I don't know with this one. I'm struggling. Should be easier.
Realistically, Jake, you might need this 2-pointer.
I really do.
Player of the Year 4 times. Are you sure?
For his country.
Yeah. Come on. Need a guess here.
I'm really drawing a blank at the minute.
Something's got to give, boys. Come on,
know.
gentlemen.
I will throw one out there just to get us moving. I will. Oh, it's so annoying. No, just skip. I ain't got anything. Need a final clue.
Ready to skip, Jake?
I'm just gonna say Mkhitaryan maybe. Fuck knows.
Afraid not.
That's a decent guess, though.
And for 1 point, I spent 8 years in England winning the League Cup and scoring in the final.
He is in a goal in the final.
He what?
Right.
What did you say?
Don't matter, I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, that should give it away, really.
It's not Dirk Kuyt, is it?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Dirk Kuyt.
No.
Thought I'd sneak it in before it was locked in. So what do we do now? Does that mean we've lost?
So, is that both your guesses, yeah?
What, both saying Dirk Kuyt?
I was just trying to shithouse it. No, I'll have a guess. I'll have a proper guess.
This is for the win.
Yeah, I just genuinely, I'm stumped with this one. It's a good one. Is it? No. Oh, for God's sake.
I think that's tough.
No, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that one. You've done us there.
Jake, do you know it now?
No.
Well, I think you're going to be very upset with yourself because you got the final right. You got the goal scorer wrong. What final?
Was the League Cup final against Cardiff?
Yeah, Dirk Kuyt scored the second goal. Who scored the first?
I've got no fucking clue. I don't remember that far back.
It was Martin Skirtle.
Was it? Oh my god. Where's Craven Clichy?
Istanbul by Cassius.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough.
So you need this 3-pointer, Jake.
And then I'm guessing Van Persie at Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. That got us there. We'll give you that.
That was a good one, to be fair.
So you need this 3-pointer. Right. I have played with Pedro, Damien Duff, and Wayne Rooney.
Ooh.
probably shouldn't be saying this, but just remember, guys, at the start, there's one Liverpool player, one United player, and one who didn't play for either. So just do the working out.
I know. I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
I was already thinking that, to be fair.
Oh, right, okay.
You just made it that bit easier for him. Well done. Duff's the tricky one. Damien Duff.
I'm going to ask for a guess from you first, Augie.
Question is, have I got one? I don't know if I have. I could name quite a lot that have played with Rooney and Pedro. And not many that have played with Damien Duff.
Find that missing link.
A lot of silence on this episode so far. I hope people haven't got these straight away. It's alright if they're thinking about it as well, but if they get it within 3 seconds, it's going to get very boring. Feel free to skip. Feel free to skip.
I'm going to put a shout, just because I can't think of anyone else, and this is a real shot in the dark. Is it Chris Smalling?
It is Chris Smalling.
Is it actually?
No
Oh, wow.
It's Chris Smalling.
Pedro at Roma? Was Pedro at Roma? Yeah, I thought so.
No, as soon as you said it, I knew.
Oh, that's a tiebreaker.
Have you got
And you know
something
the
for a
only
tiebreaker?
The only tiebreaker I've got, it's not a who am I, it's the squad you didn't go for, the England lineup.
Oh,
well, Ollie's won this then. Fuck me.
I don't know though.
2012 against...
Right, to make it... just so it's a fair contest, can we at least have the formation they were playing? Because I think...
At least we know what midfield is what.
Yeah. Well, I've wrote it down on my piece of paper, and it looks like a 4-4-2.
Okay.
So 4-4-2, what year was it?
2012. Think about the year, by the way, when I say formation. That's a bit of a clue. But from what I believe, it's a 4-4-2.
Okay, 4-4-2, 2012. And what was the game again? England versus Croatia?
England against Italy. It was the one where we got knocked out on penalties. Andrea Pirlo's penalty. That's a bit of a clue.
Right, okay.
So what?
I've got a few players, I think, maybe.
Right, so we're going to do back and forth. Not as quickfire. I'm going to give you a bit of thinking time because there's a lot on the line. So whenever someone gets one wrong, that's fair out.
What, like just a player from...
Yeah, you're going back and forth naming players, and whoever names one wrong.
Oh, flip it. Can we have a little time just to write a few down?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the line here, boys. I can't believe you got for Chris Smalling.
Yeah, fair play. So we had 2 3-pointers and 1 no-pointer.
Yep. Consistency, I like it.
1. Right, so are we having thinking time now, or are we?
Have you had your thinking time yet? No.
No, I've not written enough down. I didn't know if you were going to start a timer.
Oh my god. I'll give you a bit more thinking time. On fears at home. Remember, guys, one wrong answer, and it's curtains.
Yeah.
It's a costly Harry Maguire mistake.
I don't even know which ones I'd put my faith in either. I haven't written one down where I've gone, yep, that's 100%. Actually, there's one. There's one.
I think I've got like a solid 3, maybe 4.
Ooh.
But like other than like the other ones after that are a bit ropey.
It's tense finale.
I'm not confident at all, you know. Especially now you've said that.
Jake, you need to get off the board. So at this point, we've made a lot.
Wait, do you want me to start then?
Yeah, you can start. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, let's go. Let's hear your first answer, Jake.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney is correct.
Joe Hart.
Correct.
Raheem Sterling.
Oh, he's fucked it already.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, Augie, I'm going to need a right answer from you.
Oh.
So Who do you trust?
Hold on.
Gerrard.
Bench that game.
Steve, tell me this, Jake, what was Raheem Sterling doing in 2012? He hadn't even broke into the Liverpool squad.
Oh, I'm thinking of the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah,
that's why.
I'm thinking.
of
Do you know what I
2014
thought?
World Cup.
I thought of that goal, or not goal. Do you know when Sterling
that's
hit it?
literally
That was
what
against
was in
Italy
my head.
as well, wasn't it?
That was in my head. Oh, that is so annoying. I was 2 years too I was 2 years.
Or was that the year? Was that the 2016 year?
No,
it might have even been.
It was 2012 Euros.
No, but the Sterling shot.
It was the 2014 World Cup. That
Yeah,
it
it's
was
a group
just
stage.
after his breakout season. I remember that now. But
So who else was
can
there?
I just ask if any of the names that I had written down then? Because Ollie's won this. Like, I'll
Right,
yeah,
who else
but
did
if
you
any of
have?
these Names. I had obviously Hart. I had Sturridge. What was that too? I think that might have been the 2014 World Cup as well.
Yeah, there is no Sturridge.
Okay.
I had Defoe up front with Rooney.
Defoe's wrong as well.
Yeah.
Milner,
Yeah, Milner.
Baines.
No.
Was it Cole at that point? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley Cole.
I'm guessing Lampard then.
No.
Oh really?
I think he.
Yeah.
I think he went before Gerrard.
Barry.
No.
Right, tell us that team because I'm actually like kind of interested.
So at the back we had Glenn Johnson,
I had Johnson.
John Terry,
Sorry, still...
Julian Lescott,
Oh, Lescott.
Fuck's sake.
and Ashley Cole. And then in the middle,
Milner on the right wing.
yeah, Milner on the right wing, Stephen Gerrard and Scott Parker.
What?
Oh wow, that no wonder we lost. Jesus Christ. Scott
And
Parker in midfield too.
Left wing, Ashley Young.
Nice.
I did think Ashley Young, but then my head was also in 2014 and I thought he was finished by that point.
And up top we had Danny Welbeck.
Oh my god.
What a team. That was a tricky one. I'm glad I didn't choose that.
Honest to God.
So have I scraped it then?
Yeah,
you
you
scraped
scraped
it?
that. That was, do you know what? That was a tough one, that, to be fair. You said you didn't put a lot of effort in, but that was hard.
It's produced some pretty tense affairs, the quizzes this year.
that's-
Isn't it?
God.
The new format's working well. So what does that leave the standings at?
It's
I still get
2-2-0.
off the mark.
2-2-0.
0.
He did that.
Cheek.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. Told you, I just got a bit unlucky last year. I'm coming back now. But,
I feel like I'm honestly in these quizzes. I feel like I'm Brighton. There's a load of nice build-up play, loads of like nice possession, nice signs, and then when it comes to it, no end product.
Just no,
Absolutely zero.
no one's asked about Brighton, are they?
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's some good moments in there, but just absolute like just it's not worth it.
Right, anyway,
We'll move on.
we've got plenty of football to catch up on, plenty of Liverpool and United stuff to get stuck into. So I might let you go first. To be honest, I don't want to.
Oh, do you not want to talk about how good of a week you've had?
Do you know what? No, not really.
We will talk about how good a week we've had, Jake.
I was going to say, no, can we just hold on for a sec? Like, was the last podcast when Ollie got to glow a little bit?
I mean, no, it was when after.
Oh, was that when we were both? No, that
we
was
were
when
both.
we were both in a pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't know.
I don't think there's been one where I've just been able to gloat freely for a while.
It's a bit depressing, that, isn't it?
Anyway, didn't you beat some pub team or something?
I mean, if by pub team you mean a pretty strong Atalanta side, then yeah.
Is that all you got to say
We're
about
gonna
it?
go
Top goal
the
scorers in Syria.
Champions League. I mean, what did you watch the game? Did you, Ray?
Yeah, I did.
What did you make of it?
Well, I'm going to say this now. Diego Jota is for signing up for somewhere. He is exactly what Liverpool need. Perfect signing. Because he's only going to get better. He's producing right now and he's going to get better.
Tell you what, like he looked on fire when he I think was that one of his. I know he didn't start the weekend, but then he obviously started this, and I think now it's going to be pretty hard to get him out of the team. Like,
Do you see him starting on Sunday?
I don't know. I
Don't
just
know.
think- No, only because with it being such a big game, I feel like Klopp normally reverts to what he knows in the big games, which
Well,
is
Klopp
you
came
know
out-
the Henderson, Wijnaldum, and whoever in midfield, and then the front three. But
What Klopp did say after his press conference against Atlanta that Firmino won't be dropped. He said he will be back in the squad.
He said he won't be dropped.
Yeah, it's something along those lines. Don't quote me exactly, but he did say he was asked about Firmino
It was
playing
something
on.
along the it was something along the lines of we need to support Bobby and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. It's something along them lines, but I think it all depends on how he wants to set up against City. Because to be fair, if he wants to go a bit more conservative, which sounds a bit weird,
if he wants some clear-cut chances missing, he'll stick Firmino, won't he?
No, but what people were suggesting that like Diego Jota and Firmino both playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation, but that's very risky going Etihad. I feel you need a free-man midfield.
Yeah, I just think personally he's got a choice to make. It's whether he goes conservative and play, and it's like this is going to sound weird to start off with, but bear with me. If by playing Jota he'll play a bit more conservative because he won't be able to press as high because Jota is nowhere near as good of a presser as Firmino. No, but that's the actual fact of it. Like Jota's, but then clear-cut chances Jota.
You might as well sign Mo Farah. He'd probably be a world-class presser.
Hey, all I'm saying is Firmino's best games have come in big games against the likes of City, where he's been able to press the ball high, and
But that doesn't fit.
So would you start him?
Me personally, no. Unless you're going to put him in behind Jota, I don't think you can not start Jota.
So you're preaching for someone you wouldn't even start yourself?
No, I'm not preaching for anyone. I'm just saying that I'm trying to.
I seen a good tweet earlier on.
It was sides out there.
Yeah, I seen a good tweet earlier on. It goes like, just because you're praising Diego Jota doesn't mean you have to badmouth Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, exactly. There's no they're both very different players.
I've always badmouthed Firmino though, so
and for both what Liverpool need.
I'll praise Jota.
I'm not being funny. It's not a bad problem to have that you talk about dropping Roberto Firmino. It really isn't.
It sounds like a good problem to me.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very good problem to have that you're talking about dropping Firmino.
Yeah, I think
a good selection headache.
Yeah, when you're comparing that to United, where it's like, we have to play Dan James.
Or a Gallo.
We'll get onto that in a bit. To me, that's just not even a headache, though. I've been saying it for years now. Ever since I've known you, I've been saying if Firmino could do what he does and finish, you'd be so much better off. And now you've found someone that maybe not necessarily can do exactly what Firmino can do, but he can finish, and you're already looking better for it.
But what do you mean better off? Okay, we're just after winning the league, Champions League 2 years ago. How do you mean better off? How can we be better off without Firmino? I don't get it.
So you think you're some invincible side with Firmino in the team?
Well, no, obviously.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You'll be a better team. You'll be a better team with someone that could finish up front. How's that so hard to
we've got two players up there that are getting 20 plus goals a season.
I know, but you could be saying. I was saying you could have 3 of them up there getting 30 plus goals a season if you had someone that could finish.
Yeah, but
and with all the other teams improving around you, you're gonna need to be better, and you're gonna need to have a better striker.
What I will say is, in some senses, I do agree with you that I think, especially I don't think last season Firmino had a good season. I don't think he started this season particularly well either. But at the same time, at his best, he is a very good player. I could honestly, I think ideally, when we've got everyone fit, and you have Van Dijk back there, which means you can play a bit more expansive. You can have Fabinho midfield, which means you can push more attackers onto the pitch. You'd ideally have Firmino in that 10 role, and then Jota or Salah or Mane taking the striker role. But you've also got you got to look at the fact that we've lost 3 centre backs, and then Fabinho as well as a whole midfielder. We've also got I think Thiago's not fully fit. Chamberlain's had injuries. Kate's had injuries, and the fact that we've been able to come out of all of that, besides the Aston Villa game unscathed and top of the league, top of the group stage that we're in, you can't really ask for more than that.
Exactly.
Do you think that's your Champions League group wrapped up?
Yeah, surely.
It should be.
A draw should be enough now. I kind of did working out the other day. 2 draws should be enough.
Because the way I look at it, it's like Midtjylland, you should be guaranteed a win there. Unless you mess something up.
You made hard work of it at Anfield.
Yeah, we did, but then, I'm more hoping that we get another result against Atalanta at home, and then even a draw at Ajax would be good enough.
Ajax at home again, remember?
Yeah, true.
So 2 home fixtures.
Yeah, you should definitely be favourites then. I'll give
As
you
long as we don't
What?
slip up against any pub teams, we should be alright.
One thing I did want to say though is I think if we can get this group wrapped up now, I think Klopp will go really strong in that next Atalanta game again. Just because I think once it comes to around the Christmas period, being able to rest players midweek is so valuable, especially with how congested everything is. But yeah, I'm just praying for no more injuries.
You've had a few, haven't you?
We really have.
Do you think it's proven that you did need to sign maybe another centre back in the summer?
Yeah. We needed something to replace Lovren, like a fourth choice.
What I would say, I don't think it's as much the board rather than it's a hard one because you can't really account for your best player just getting cropped and being out for a year. Yeah, you can understand maybe.
Yeah, but you've got
depth for if he's out for the odd game, but then for him being cropped and then being out for a whole year, you've got.
But surely there's a centre back out there that would have come and been fourth choice.
I do think we should have.
That could have come in.
I do. I really think we should have.
You know who would have been good? A Dejan Lovren-esque.
Do you
Shouldn't
know
have
what?
got rid.
Nah, I think we should have done.
No, I think there's someone. I think there's someone that you could have got someone better about.
Yeah.
Like a Joel Matip, like a free transfer like that, or a cheap transfer, Joel. You'd rather have someone like Joel Matip in.
Even someone like I know we went to
Lovren.
Benfica in the end, didn't he? But Vertonghen.
Yeah.
Someone like that, just fair enough. He costs a little bit in wages, but free transfer, and it's someone to sit on the bench, bit of experience, knows how to play at the top level. That would surely be a better bet than have it. I mean, I don't know. That Reece Williams looks like he's done all right. That Nat Phillips was really good against. Was it West Ham we played the weekend?
Yeah.
There's so many bloody games. I can't remember which one.
Do you want to touch on that West Ham game?
Slow start to West Ham game, but got for in the end. But for first 45 minutes was worrying.
Yeah.
We did not have our
Remember
tempo. We were not fluid at all.
Yeah, remember the Kosh a lot. But like I said, I mean, Nat Phillips coming in, first game of Premier League football, and he gets man of the match.
Was it a surprise to see him start?
Not start, because
Yeah.
who else would we have put at centre back?
The young lad?
I just thought with that, I thought Williams would start with all.
But of course, if you have the options to
play.
play the two of them, both give them a game each, see how they fare, and then we'll see in regards to the City game. Of who will start. They both put in a good shift. Now, it's going to be tough for Klopp. So we're all talking about who do we start out of Firmino and Jota. Who do we start at the back alongside
Surely Nat Phillips, more experience.
I'd say Nat Phillips. I honestly, right, I don't know whether you'll disagree with me or not, but I don't really rate that Reece Williams at all.
Really? Well, he hasn't looked exceptional enough, but he hasn't really put a foot wrong. But you do need to remember,
mate. He looks.
He was at Kidderminster last year as well. So
he looks like he's got the turn. So do you know what I feel like? I feel like United fans watching Harry Maguire. He is so slow. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the whole thing of he's come from Kidderminster. He's got this great story, but I don't know. I just think he's nothing special. He's kind of just there because of circumstance.
Yeah. Well, where's that Sepp van der
I'd rather
Berg?
have that Philip. God knows, mate.
From what I've seen at Van der Berg playing for Liverpool and the FA Cup, he just doesn't look great.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Reece Williams has been given the opportunity. Van der Berg just has not looked.
Do you know what though? He's only young as well. I mean, the only one that I would say that everyone raves about is that Comescio from the academy. He looks about 6'4" and he's built like a tank.
Where's he now? Is he still in the academy?
He is, but he's
I
only
haven't heard of
17.
him for a while.
I think he was on the summer tour, and then everyone was raving about him. Klopp said something about him being like some big physical specimen, and then he's not played since. So, actually, no, I think he played the League Cup game. Tell a lie. I think he played the League Cup game. But, I mean, would you start Phillips or?
I'm really not sure. Or do you risk Joel Matip if he's a bit fit enough? Not 100% fit, but say 80%. No match fitness either. It is a risk to play Joel.
It is, but then at the same time, do you go for experience or do you go for match sharpness?
But Matip will be. He will have no match fitness whatsoever.
Well,
When was the last time he played a game of football?
what I would say though, I think it would put a lot of pressure on Gomez if you start either the two young lads, because he is like
sure.
big game City, and
I do understand that, but he flourished against Atlanta away. Flourished against Atlanta.
Who's that?
Did, but then
Who did?
Joe Gomez.
They didn't really do much offensively until the second half, and then when they did, Zapata looked dangerous. And he should, to be like, if it wasn't for like that shot cannon off the post, but he would have scored.
So you're still sticking by Joe Gomez?
So.
You still think he's next big thing?
Still only 23. Don't see why not.
Right? No,
I'm happy enough with Joe Gomez. Maybe we could get a better partner for Virgil, but Joe Gomez has the quality to be a third choice centre back at Liverpool. Of course he does.
Third choice.
He has the quality.
Third choice or second choice.
I think he has the quality to be the centre back at Liverpool once Van Dijk goes.
Do you not think he was going until the last 2 games or 3 games? He's not been going for a really rough patch, and he's just been pretty bang average.
Who doesn't have rough patches?
But, yeah.
Maguire has rough seasons, and you still back him.
I mean, you can't get his name out your mouth.
It's hard not to when he keeps giving you ammunition.
We're not even got onto United.
Do you know
yet,
why?
You've
He
mentioned
got me 3
Maguire
points in the
4
predictions.
times.
Oh, fuck off, did he actually?
It's because he got me 3 points in the predictions with his goal.
You don't see Joe Gomez doing that, do you?
Yeah, just I think last thing I wanted to touch on with regards to Liverpool, did you see the links that were coming out this week to Erling Haaland?
Oh,
load of rubbish.
Don't get me started.
What is
that would be the
thing or
dream.
a bad thing? Oh,
It would be the dream.
Yeah, because I think it was.
But what about your chief presser? What would happen to him?
By that point, it'd be 30 odd. It's fine. You can phase him out at that point. Just imagine that going forward, though, right? Like
I know.
Haaland, Jota, and then maybe a new signing, maybe a Sancho. God knows. Maybe Harvey Elliott at that point when they're all like, I'm talking like 5-6 years in the future here, because like
we've won 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues.
Yeah, the year's 2030 and we're on 25 league titles.
Get real.
Augie's still sticking up for Maguire.
What is this like before or after he's been locked up again?
Oh, we do have good times.
It's 5 times. 5 times Maguire's been mentioned now. We haven't even got onto United.
And I can guarantee that won't be the last time he's mentioned me. Because you haven't talked about him yet.
We should have a section each week just about Harry Maguire. And Firmino, just talk about their performances. In-depth analysis.
No, because all that's going to be is literally just Ollie whining and you whining. Like, that's all that's going to be.
Should we move on?
Anyway,
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Go on, where do you want to start, Al? Do you want to start on the disappointment the weekend or the disappointment last night?
You know what? We should start on the hope of last week's performance against Leipzig.
Yeah, do you know what? Let's go back to the beginning. Go on.
Yeah.
So, last week United beat Leipzig 5-0. The best team probably in the Champions League this season, probably favourites to win. Thanks for watching Two Reds, One Devil, and we'll see you this No,
no, to be fair though, yeah, that Leipzig game, yous looked really good. Like, I can't even lie, yous looked.
The first half we looked all right. We went 1-0 up and we looked decent. Looked for, I think, good value to be ahead, and then we just absolutely shredded them in the last 20 minutes, which is not easy considering they've been a Champions League. It was the semi-finals they got to last year, isn't it?
Do you know what I would say though about that Leipzig side? They look toothless. Like, they're so good in like possession and pressing, like, but then it comes to actually creating chances and they haven't got a forward.
No, they didn't look great without Werner. I think he would have made a difference. But I think it's so hard when United have beaten them 5-0, because to put it into context now, if we'd done this podcast straight after that win, I'd have been absolutely raving about them. But it's just the fact we've gone on and not been able to carry that on. So I think I'm going to have to move straight on and talk about the Arsenal loss and the the Istanbul loss last night.
What I would say though is I think that game demonstrated just how good Hughes can be.
Yeah, it's like we're on the brink.
I think your front three took about £20 million off of Upamecano.
Yeah.
With the hell, I had the aneurysm saying his name then. It was to talk about 20 million off his price tag. He looked terrible.
Fair play to Rashford as well, and he was on a hat trick giving Martial the penalty. Get his confidence. That's nice. That.
Do you know what? It's not like me to have a positive outlook on United, but can we just take a moment to appreciate how good of a person, not even a football, he's a boss footballer and that, but how good of a human being Marcus Rashford actually is.
I've never been happy to see a United player score a hat trick, but Marcus Rashford, you know what?
Yeah, I absolutely loved the fact that he scored a hat trick then, because it was sort of at the peak of when he was doing so much for the school meals and providing kids with
just a
food.
Good human being.
And do you know what I really dislike, what I see on Twitter, which really, really does annoy me? Whenever Rashford puts a tweet out, sort of politics related, that's talking about the work that he's doing for school kids, or kids that have been struggling to get food, he gets not millions, but he gets thousands of replies saying, stick to football, Marcus. Obviously your head's not in the right place and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like get a grip. Do you know what I mean? And when he goes out and scores a hat-trick, obviously they can't say that and they just think he's the best thing since sliced bread.
No, it's one of them things where just appreciate someone for doing it.
I know, exactly.
Do you know what? It pissed me off as well. I know I kind of did it then, but all these people on Twitter going, and that's coming from a Liverpool fan, he's it's like, okay, what difference does it make? He's just a very nice human being. You just appreciate that regardless of football. But I've got a lot of respect for him, to be fair. And I did give him a lot of stick as well last season about him as a footballer, but I think a lot of that's just to wind you up. He is a very promising career in both football and promising leader of this new generation. But
so does he get in the Spurs team?
Still not ahead of Bale, no. When he's scoring hat tricks in Champions League semi-finals, he can replace Lucas Moura. Anyway, so then it all came crashing down. Not 5 days later. Yeah,
against Arsenal, and that was just from the minute go. We just looked so. I don't know what it was. I was whinging to my flatmates about it. We just seemed so unenergetic, compared to what we was against Leipzig. Everyone was working hard in the Champions League and pressing, and just against Arsenal, we just looked so nonchalant, we just didn't care. I don't know whether that is the problem, that we just think after that we just thought we were too good, and just sort of took the game in our stride and just didn't really impose ourselves on it. But it just looked so slow, and just when people were losing the ball, they weren't pressing, and it was really frustrating to watch, and you just knew it wasn't going to go well. And even after half time, Ole says we improved a bit. I don't really think we did. We didn't create anything really, and we deserved to lose, it's just such a bad way to follow on after we've done that to Leipzig. And you've written down there, Jake, what to do about Paul Pogba.
I have, and there is a reason. I don't know whether, I'm pretty sure this came out within the last week, but René Mullenstein had his say on Paul Pogba. Obviously, former United. Was he assistant coach when Fergie was there, René Mullenstein?
Yeah.
Basically said that he's not lived up to expectations, and it's a bit of a farce that he's being called world class.
Apologies there. I think we lost my Wi-Fi. Sorry, what were you saying about Paul Pogba, Jake?
No, just about the René Mullenstein quote that came out, and it was essentially saying that it's a bit of a farce that he's being called world class, and obviously going on about some of his performances, saying that he's talented, but then he's not lived up to the expectations that everyone had of him, and the fact that because he is so slow and everything's so laboured, that teams actually capitalise on that. And I think you could see that on the weekend when Arsenal took advantage of that. That penalty was that was a lazy tackle. Yeah. He's going away from goal and he's just clipped him. There's no need for it.
He's done a few of them as well.
He did it against Spurs as well. I can't really argue with anything you're saying. I do find it kind of annoying that well, I don't want to say annoying because your best players should be discussed when it comes to times like this, and the more experienced players should be discussed. I feel like it is, the fingers always do get pointed at him, but I did watch, I'm on a little compilation, that people do of Pogba, and I wasn't necessarily looking at the fact of all the times he gave the ball away and whatever, because that can happen when the team's not playing very well, no one's on the same wavelength and things like that. I can understand that, but it was the fact every time that he gave the ball away, there was not a time where he sprinted to win it back. Every single time he started walking. I think that's the problem with Pogba. There's just
Do you think it's almost like a I know people like to go on about his attitude, but do you think it's just like a lack of desire?
I don't think he goes out there and thinks, "Oh, I'm better than everyone. I'm going to be lazy." I just think that's just him. I just think that is just an ingrained trait in the way he plays, that he cannot help himself but just be like that. I don't think he's going out there and thinking, "Oh, I'm going to fuck United," or I don't care about United. I think he truly does care. I just don't think he has just an ingrown mindset that he just can't help.
Do you know what the worst thing is though? The one time he did go and try and track back, because that's what he gave the penalty away to.
Yeah,
is tracking back. It's one of them things where it's like, he's so bad defensively in his own going back towards his own goal. He's so poor.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a really talented player on the ball, and that's I think what I was going to say. I think Carragher was saying something about it on Sky, basically saying that he's this great talent, but then he's never done it really for United. If
it wasn't for what he did for France, he wouldn't be as highly rated at all.
Or for Juve, he was, he showed he can do it at
but
club level.
I don't know. I don't know if he was. It's a bit of a myth of how good he was at Juve. He was decent, yeah. He obviously was good enough to spend that much money on him. But statistically, his best season was at United.
It was, but then he's also, I think, in that Juve team, he was quite raw, wasn't he?
I think, yeah.
He was, at that point, he was very mouldable. He's this big, powerful, skillful attacking midfielder that just needed the right environment and manager, I think, to get to unlock that potential. And I just don't think he's had that since he's been.
He's just not been consistent enough. That's the end of it. He was in the Leipzig game. He was good. He got the assist for Greenwood's goal, and he looked good. And he was actually working hard in that. I was watching him, and he was pressing, and he was winning the ball back. And I thought, you know what, he's looked really good today. And then just against Arsenal and not Istanbul. I'm not going to bring that one in because he didn't play for long. He was just nowhere near it, which is just so frustrating when you know there's a player in there. And I'm not one to be defend him all guns blazing like some people do. I've seen people say, "Oh, he's playing too deep," when United have been playing a 4-2-3-1 and he's been part of the two. They've been, "Oh, he's playing too deep. He's playing too deep." He played in a diamond against Arsenal and he was further forward and he still was poor. And then people are saying, "Oh, it's because he's out left. He's out left." But he played for Juve towards the left.
I see.
The left of a midfield three.
This whole thing of him being played out of position's a myth as well. He played in a lot more conservative role for France and won. What was it? Was it the Euros? Yeah, was it the Euros?
He was in the World Cup. Yeah.
World Cup. Sorry. Won the World Cup in that more reserve role. He is capable of doing it. He's got the skill set there that he can play, in a variety of roles. I don't think it's fair to label a midfielder as, he can only play on the left-hand side of a three, because it's very, pretty useless if you ask me. Just having a player that can only play in one specified role in midfield. You
I've got to ask you this, Hoggy.
Go on.
I brought it up before weekend, but you weren't in any talking mood. And I know I sound like a real biased Liverpool fan, but there's no denying that Paul Pogba has more footballing ability than Jordan Henderson. But what I said to you was, Jake, you can back me up or you can argue with me here. When have you ever seen Jordan Henderson over the past 2 seasons, when has he ever went below a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10?
No, I'd agree with that. I think he's had his stinkers back in the day, but then...
Back in the day, yeah.
Since he's been integrated back into the side on the clock, I don't think he's ever dropped a performance as bad as Pogba's has been.
So I just want to ask you two now. Who would you rather have in your squad? A player that will be 7 out of 10 every week, or a player who will have the odd 9 out of 10, the odd 10 out of 10, but then after that he'll have 2 4 out of 10s, a 3 out of 10. Who would you rather have in your midfield?
Wait, do you want to go first, or should I?
I feel like it's quite a hard question. It depends what else you've got in your team. If United were there with a load of other players who are performing week in, week out, I'd say I can take a risk on him, or I could say, like we've got everyone else is going to be able to make up for his shortcomings in the games that he doesn't play well because we've got a good enough team. I think the problem is it's because we're in a rough patch. You're kind of wanting someone that's going to be consistent. Which I'm not saying I want Jordan Henderson.
This is what the thing is. I never thought I'd be saying this, but United need a Jordan Henderson more than they need a Paul Pogba.
Joe, what? I think Ollie took the words out of my mouth there. I think it is all to do with what kind of team you already have. Because, like you said, if you've got... You can carry someone who's a bit of a maverick if you have consistency around them, but then I think that's where... I think United do just need... United have got no consistent players, really. I couldn't really name you one player that's consistently every single week is at minimum 6, 7 out of 10.
I remember all the talk back in the day of Scott McTominay. He's awful. Oh my god.
But the thing is, it's just consistency. That's what we really haven't found. Because him and Fred were actually good against PSG. They were properly... That's why they've been playing the last couple of games. They've got their chance because they were good against PSG. And they were good the game before that. I can't remember. I think was it Chelsea before that? There was another game that them two were good in as a partnership. So they have got their chance. But then ever since, they just can't... It doesn't seem that the players that get the chance can seem to kick on. I think that's the problem. The players that will have one good game, they'll play again the next week, and they just can't seem to kick on. And I don't know whether it's a problem that we're not we're not keeping the same shape, or we're not finding we just haven't found a system.
The manager then? That's one thing I was going to move on to was, I think with how inconsistent you've been, especially since the start of the season, and Poch has been out of work for a long time now. I think people are there's been reports that have been talking to him about potentially taking over. Is it time for Ollie to go? Maybe for this to be a new.
I'm still sticking by him. I know you want me to say I want him gone, but I am sticking to him.
Say anything. I'm just saying.
I just think with Ollie, it's a roundabout.
I think honestly, you just keep going round in circles. We're really good for 5 weeks, and then you just drop an absolute disaster class, and then you just go on a run of bad performance, okay performance, bad performance. Oh, it's a really bright spark. Oh, bad performance again. It's I don't know. I don't think he even knows his best team or his best setup, and it's just. I think there's a good group of players there. You look at the likes of Fernandes, you look at Martial, Rashford, Greenwood's promising. Wan-Bissaka's a good player.
I just think the signs have been there that something could click, something really the 5-0. I know, but we've brought in new players. We are just a couple of games.
It's been a couple of. It's been a little. It's been. Oh, it just needs to click now for how long? It's been like that for so long now.
I think the epitome of.
Been here.
Yeah, I think the epitome of Solskjaer's time at United has been the past 2 weeks, whereas it's been one step forward, 2 steps back. That Leipzig win, brilliant, going forward. Then 2 bad results again. I'm
I'd say it's more.
For every PSG comeback, there's been a 6-1 Spurs kind of.
There's been a home defeat to Crystal Palace.
It's. All I've got in my head is that Arsenal TV thing where it's time to go. That's all.
I'd say it's more 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I mean, we've beaten PSG and Leipzig in very good performances, and obviously we've lost a couple in the league and to Istanbul. And this is what I wanted to put to you. Start of the season, if I said to you, United were going to be... This is bearing in mind, if we beat Everton on Saturday, which by no means we will, but if we do, we'll be 6 points off the top of the Prem, and we'll be top of our Champions League group with 6 points. Would you have taken that at the start of the season from United?
But then again,
if you were a fan,
you're saying you would only be 6 points behind. Other clubs have stalled. There's not been one runaway.
Yeah.
Liverpool have been poor times. City haven't been running. And you're still 6 points behind, and that's if you beat Everton. In fact, you're 16th. I think the Champions League performance have overshadowed just how bad the Premier League performances have been. I think if it wasn't for that PSG one, if it wasn't more for Leipzig demolition, Solskjaer could potentially be.
So
out
you
of the
think
draw.
that doesn't matter that we're 6 points off the top of the Prem if we beat Everton?
It's very early days.
Well, exactly. That's even more reason.
No, but in the sense of like point gaps only get bigger normally over the course of the season.
Yeah, we're what is it like 8 game weeks in, 8-9 game weeks, and you're already 6 points behind off the sides which haven't hit top form yet.
You got like you said, like you got.
I could have said the same thing to you last season when you were all bumming over your big lead at the top of the Prem. All the
Bumming over your big league.
all the other teams were struggling, weren't they? But you were no, we're 30 points ahead. We're so good.
I mean, but we were right though.
Like that. That's just how it is, isn't it?
No, but
it doesn't matter what the other teams are doing. The fact of the matter is we're still 6 points off the top.
It's more a case of right now. You just need to almost be in and around.
By all means, I think
period.
it should be better. I think we should be further up, but at the end of the day, it's not as bad as people are making out.
I just honestly, do you know what? The longer that Ollie stays with you, the happier I am. Because the longer you are happy with that mediocrity, that's fine.
We've got him. We got him.
It's this like for as long as Ollie's manager, you aren't going to be competing at the top. You aren't like. You've got the players there to be up and around, like
So what do you think about that run at the end of last season then that we went on? Beating everyone.
Where every team was pretty very inconsistent because everyone has
there's always something else in there.
But then how did
they actually beat?
I'll get it up for you if you want. Because this is what you're going to say that they're only small teams, but then you laugh when we lose to small teams, and then you don't care when we beat PSG and Leipzig. That's what's frustrating.
No, all I'm saying is...
it's only Aston Villa, and then we lose to Aston Villa. Like, you lost to Aston Villa.
Hey, don't put some respect on Aston Villa's name. They're a great side.
Alright, let me get... So since lockdown, United beat Brighton, Norwich, Sheffield United, drew with Tottenham, beat Leicester, drew with West Ham, beat Crystal Palace, drew Southampton, beat Aston Villa, beat Bournemouth.
Would you
beat
honestly
Copenhagen? That's deserved.
Sorry, so all of those games post lockdown, you would turn around and say, would you have been happy if you had lost any of those games?
Well, no, but the thing is, that's what we've been struggling to do. And then when we start being able to beat the smallest teams, people are just like, it's just the small teams.
I think it's very similar to what
we beat the big teams. It's like, you can't beat small teams. Beat the small teams, like, it's a small team. I agree. It's consistency.
You can go on a run, but then consistency comes from having a core group of players that all know their jobs, know what they're doing, and know the system. And it doesn't look like they all do under Ollie, and it never has done. At times, it looks great because the players look really like.
So when we win, it's the players, but when we lose, it's Solskjaer's fault.
No, I'm saying I think you've got the quality there.
That's what you just said. Then you just said, it looks great. The players look great.
No, because I think a lot of it is a case of when you lose, it's I don't know. Some of it can be down to individual errors. I mean, Harry Maguire, Pogba, have really shown how poor they can be this season at different times. But then it's also, I don't know, those individual mistakes keep happening. You think, well, surely that's got to come because they're not bad players by any stretch, but it's got to come as a result of something. And maybe it's the fact that they're unsure of what they're meant to be doing in that system.
But when they win, it's them just as individuals. Nothing to do with Ollie.
No, I'm saying that those players are all capable of doing very impressive things. And they're all very talented. But then consistency comes from having a good manager and a core belief within the squad. That consistency can't come from just these players are boss. They always win every week. There's got to be something extra to it.
So you think you think beating Leipzig 5-0 was just a fluke and down to the players? You think beating PSG away was just down to the players and a fluke?
But do you think that losing last night to Istanbul was just a fluke? Do you think that losing at the weekend to Arsenal was just a fluke?
No, I don't. I agree that they're
inconsistent. No, what I'm saying is it's inconsistency. That's the only way you can they are capable of great things, but then they're also capable of absolute shit.
I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves for the games that he has won.
No, he's.
So you think a bad manager can go and beat Leipzig 5-0? You can go away to PSG.
Funny, Ranieri ain't a great manager, and he's got one of the greatest Premier League wins, like Premier League titles of all time. He's not an amazing manager. Like, no one talks about him the same way they do as Mourinho, Guardiola, Fergie.
Why do you think that is, though?
Like, well, I don't know. In a lot of senses, because it's inconsistency. He's never been consistent throughout his whole career. Consistency is what elevates you from being all right to being amazing. That's why you look at the way. Do you know what? You're in a very similar situation to what we were in not that long ago, maybe half a decade ago. In a sense of, oh yeah, you'd go on really good runs, you'd be impressive at times, you'd beat loads of big teams, you'd do really well, and then just inconsistency, and you should fall and individual mistakes, and But for you, it doesn't look like you're recruiting, right? And we said that in the summer. It doesn't look like the manager has a clear direction of where he wants to go. The players don't exactly... Not all the players look like they want to be there all the time. And I don't know. I just think... Do you know what? It's nice that you're optimistic. Because I wouldn't be. Because I've been there.
When something got to give, Augie, at what stage do you be like, right, he's had long enough, we haven't progressed as much as we should have? I could understand
if you're Everton, but you're Man United. You're meant to be with us, like the biggest club in England.
Do you think you should have sacked Klopp after his first season?
No, but there was a clear plan in place. Season. There was a clear plan in place. He came in halfway through a season and hadn't signed anyone. He's had what? Is it 2 summers now? 3? Is it 2?
Yeah, but would you even count last summer? He wasn't really backed, was he?
No, but I'm saying he's had time. It's not like he hasn't had time. He's had money to spend there. To be honest, do you know what? I think the recruitment ain't on him at all. Like, that's coming from the board because he's wanted certain players, not been able to get them because your board are really incompetent. But then, I think it's a lot of it stems from the top down. I don't think him as a manager. I don't think he's a good manager. Well, a good enough manager to be winning getting where you need to be anyway. But I think there's bigger problems than the manager. I've always said that.
I think he deserves, for what he's done, he deserves at least until Christmas, and we'll go from there. We'll see what we're looking like at Christmas. If we are still,
what do you want to be at Christmas? What do you want the situation to be like?
We've got to be in and around the top 4 at least, and through the next round of the Champions League, and still in the cups.
Last question I want to ask you then, Ol. If, regardless of what happens this season, because realistically, you'll probably finish around 4th. Maybe in or outside the Champions League spots. Like, that is what most people would say going on how you're playing right now and what they would have predicted at the start of the season, which is fair, right?
Yeah.
Would you be unhappy if Ollie was sacked and Poch came in? Like, if you just had a season that didn't exceed expectations. If you just had a season where you finished 4th or maybe 5th, had a good
I think there's a big difference between 4th and 5th.
So, do you know what? Even you finish 4th. So you finish 4th, have a good cup run. Not saying you win anything, but just have like a season that just maybe just about hits expectations. Would you be unhappy with Poch coming in?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. That's a tricky one.
Wow.
I think that if we finish 4th, I think we have to win something. I think we'd have to win a cup. Even if it is just a League Cup or an FA, just to prove that we can win something under Solskjaer, I think that would be enough to keep him in his job. Yeah,
that's not the question I was asking. I'm just saying, would you be happy if Poch was to replace Solskjaer?
Well, no. If we won a cup and finished 4th, no, I don't think he deserves to be sacked. And I think if we got back, the board actually backed him next summer and signed someone like Sancho, I think we'd go on and improve on that. But until we do something like that in the summer, we're not going to improve. And we said it in the summer, and I'll say it now. It's the recruitment, which has not been right for years, and we're going to go around in the same cycle. Say we sack Solskjaer at Christmas. Pochettino comes in. Maybe they back him for the first summer. He signs a few players that he wants. We go into the next season. We finish 3rd, win a cup. The following season, we need a big signing. We need to fill a gap. Pogba leaves or something like that. We don't back him. Pochettino struggles. No improvement. He gets sacked, and we go through the cycle again.
To be fair, though, I think if you brought Poch in, I think it would be under the assumption that he would be backed.
We say that every time.
No, but what I would... no, I wouldn't say that. Because I don't think...
We said that Mourinho comes in. We say that when Mourinho comes in. We say it when Ole comes in. We'll say it when Pochettino comes in, but he won't.
No, but no one was ever under the assumption that Ole was coming in because he was being backed. Ole came in because he was a stopgap at first. But granted, to be fair, the Mourinho thing's a fair point. But then I don't think, if looking at the way Poch is and what he had to deal with under Daniel Levy, I don't think he'd take another job where he wasn't pretty much like damn near assured that he was backed.
Yeah, but you don't know what they're saying to him, the Glazers. I don't think the Glazers are saying, going up to managers. They've gone up to Mourinho, gone up to Solskjaer and said, we're not backing you. They're probably... I mean,
to be fair, this is all going on the assumption that he won't just go to PSG, which I think he will.
Yeah, that is... I think that's what's accelerating the talks about him coming to United, because the PSG job's looking like it might become available.
Should we just leave it as bottom line, the jury's still out on Solskjaer, and we'll come back to those at a later date?
I'm pretty sure we'll revisit this pretty much every week.
Because
it's going to be a case of, he's won this week, he's lost this week, though.
For the record, I'm Ole in.
Right, so yeah, we'll ask him every now and again, is he Ole in or is he Ole out? So, as of now, as it always has been, we should say it's Ole in.
I think we should add a section, Ole in or Ole out, at the end of every episode.
So, can we just confirm that throughout his tenure at United, you've always been Ole in?
Yeah.
Right, okay. There we go. We should move on. Till next week.
Okay, I think the last thing before, because I think the only thing I can think of is left to talk about other than predictions is, I mean, everyone knows the news now. Obviously, we're all on lockdown again. For any of our international viewers, who might not know.
Anyone in Australia just laughing at us in the pub with their mates listening to this.
Honestly, I'm so jealous.
They need to get a life. They're in the pub listening to this.
Hey, do you know what? We are worldwide.
Fair enough. 300 views now.
Can you check, Augie, where those views came from?
I think I might be able to work it out.
I think you need to look into this.
Yeah, I swear there'll just be one random one from Singapore or something. Somewhere really random. But no, I wanted to, obviously, we are on lockdown again, but that isn't going to stop the Premier League apparently, because football is continuing throughout the second national lockdown, which,
thank fuck. We need football.
Honestly, I think I'd lose my head if it wasn't.
That'll make a big difference. Yeah, that'll make a big difference. Sort of have a bit of structure. You're going to look forward to the weekend to look forward to the football and that. So I think that will make a difference.
And in the same way as well, there's been proposals to the Premier League and I think to Sky, is it, that they're going to scrap the pay-per-view nonsense that was going on in the first couple of weeks of the season.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah. Apparently the pay-per-view thing, they're looking to scrap that for this lockdown, because, I mean, it wouldn't really be fair to expect people to be paying £15 for each game.
Or I think at the very least they're looking at reducing the price, aren't they?
They've got to, because £15 is a lot of money. To watch a game, I'm not being funny, to watch Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace, I wouldn't pay £15 for that.
No.
No matter how much I want to watch football, that's a joke. But I mean, that's a positive, I suppose. I think we're just taking any positive we can get at the minute, innit, really? Yeah,
the fact that football's carrying on is just, I think, the biggest.
I'm guessing I'm going to guess you've stopped playing as well now.
Yeah. We've had our last game on Saturday. Bag two, good way to sign off. Two goals from left back. Should have had a hat trick, really, but what can you do? But I don't know if there's... we've got our predictions, haven't we, Ryan?
Yeah, predictions for the weekend.
So
what? How do we get on first? Let us know.
We were all terrible. Not last week, week before. Jake, you got 2 points. I also got 2. Augie got 1. But of course, big Harry Maguire was on the score sheet. Boosted up 3 points for me.
That was Ryan's rogue shout, Harry Maguire. Score a goal, bounce back, which he has done, to be fair. And we've mentioned him a few times.
He was terrible last night.
No, I don't think he was at all.
Go on, let's get the
Where have you? Did you actually watch that game though? Or have you just
working?
Have you looked at Twitter?
On the screen.
You've
it was
looked
on
at
the big
Twitter.
Screen. Yeah, I looked up and I'm like, what is Maguire doing? But anyway.
So
the scores are.
So what? Yeah, what are the score standings?
Well, Jake, you're still in the lead with 16.
Hey.
Making a comeback. To be
winning
fair, I
something.
started off terribly, but I'm on 12, and Augie, you're just behind on 10.
Cool.
So,
what are the games you have lined up for us this week?
so the games this week, we'll start off with both our clubs. We'll start off with Everton and United. Everton against United, I should say. What do we say? I've all pre-wrote my predictions, so I'll say mine is 2-1 United.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say 2-0 United. I'm going big.
Clean sheet.
Bit of
I'm gonna
inconsistency. We love it.
I think I'm going to say 1-0 United.
So after all the slack we've been
No.
we've been giving off about United.
Consistency, we've got to bounce back. We've got to bounce back.
Almost like we're giving them a clean sheet on
Nah,
the
I
win.
just think
Away from home.
I just look at it and it's Everton at the minute. Wait, actually, is Richarlison still out?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a
I'm
free
pretty
game
sure they're
suspension,
missing
didn't he?
Richarlison, they're missing Digne still. I know they're missing a few players, and then obviously there's the whole goalkeeper situation as well.
I think Digne's back. I think he had his ban reduced to 1.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
Even still, I just don't think they look as potent. Actually, no, Joe, I'm going to change mine. 1-1.
Ooh.
I'm going to go
1-1.
1-1. 1-1. Calvert-Lewin always scores.
Yeah, a bit of space on the page for this, Jake. Could we lock in one answer only, please?
1-1. Final answer.
Right. Next up, we'll leave City and Liverpool to last because it's a big game. We'll do Arsenal versus Villa.
Ooh.
What do we say?
Arsenal Villa.
I think we should talk about next week because we're a bit struck for time. But next week we should talk about a bit about Arteta and his Arsenal side because they are coming along nicely.
I did want to mention stuff about that, but we'll get on to that in a different time.
Yeah. I've got a few things to say about that. I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. Are you not on the Arteta hype train?
No.
Did you say Arsenal are at home?
Arsenal are at home, yeah.
I'm going to say they edge it 2-1.
2-1. I've won for 3-1. Villa, they came off a saddle recently. Few poor performances. Conceded 4 against Southampton. But anyway, Leicester against Wolves. I've won for 2-2 in this one. Good game, this one.
I'm going to say 3-2 Leicester. I see goals in this one as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Wolves edge it 3-2.
If you can't tell we're recording this on Bonfire Night, I can hear a few fireworks going off.
That's me, I believe, I'm afraid.
Bit of atmosphere for you.
Next up is West Brom versus Spurs.
1-0 Spurs.
1-0 Spurs. I have went for 2-0 Spurs.
I was going to say 3-0 Spurs.
Spurs win and clean sheet from all of us. And then the big one, City against Liverpool.
Ooh.
I can't do it. Liverpool wins, so 5-0 City.
3-1 City.
Fuck's sake.
They're just getting into their stride now. They look decent against. Who do they look decent against? Who did they beat the other
They
night?
must have looked decent if you can remember.
Olympiacos.
They must have looked so decent.
Yeah,
That's something you can't
Olympiacos.
remember.
Olympiacos, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think they're just starting to click again. You're in trouble.
I'll go with 2-1 Liverpool.
I'd take a Jota goal though, because he is in my fantasy.
Liverpool.
What did you go
I'll
for?
just end on this.
Right, sorry.
I've also went for 2-1 Liverpool, but I also asked the question to Augie earlier in the week. Again, no reply because he wasn't in a footballing mood. But 20 quid says Diego Jota to outscore Anthony Martial.
Ooh. What?
He doesn't back him. He doesn't back his boy.
Wait, is this in all comps or is this just Premier League?
All competitions.
I was going to say, 'cause
He
it's not
just
fair
does not
once,
back
like,
his boy.
We've already got one bet. I'm not making any more.
And how are you getting on with that bet, Ollie? Tell the viewers.
I don't know, how many Salah got up? 7? 8?
7, 8.
It's only on 2.
Mark
He's not
Shelton's
far
2
behind. All it takes is a hat trick and that's it.
Right. Well, yeah. That's
Scored again last night.
That's it.
Road
Scored
shite.
again last night. Just he's not played many games after that stupid red card. So just you wait. His goals per game is probably not that bad.
Right, so we're going to do our rogue shouts.
Yeah. So we just goal scorers, yeah, or just anything.
Yeah, and I think we should do it because we do this podcast every 2 weeks. Really, we should just count it for the upcoming match day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I backed Harry Maguire last week. This week we're going to back Joe Gomez to score against City.
Oh God. I don't think has he
Going
ever
big.
scored?
I don't think so.
I don't think he's ever
Time to
scored
break
for
and have it
Liverpool,
off a
has he?
lifetime. Well,
if he has,
come
I
this weekend, Jake, it's all going to
Just wait, he
change.
scored once.
He's going to get Liverpool 3 points. He's going to get me 3 points. Everyone's happy.
I'm going to go, because we spoke about him on the Who Am I, I'm going to go for Højbjerg to score against West Brom.
Nah, fuck off
1-0.
you, actually, because that's literally what I was going to say.
He must just be in our heads from earlier.
Oh, no, as if, that's mad.
If he scores now.
Shit, I can't think of mine now. I'm going to say, do you know what? Joel Matip to start and Joel Matip to score.
Whoa.
Oof.
Liverpool centre-backs you fancying, are you?
Big Joel
There
Matip
we
header
are.
from a corner.
There we are, guys.
Okie doke.
Locked
Is
in
that
and
everything
sealed.
then?
I think we should end on some good news. That we are now planning a Route 1 football podcast holiday 2.0.
Yes. I mean,
Route 1, what's that?
yeah, what is route?
Oh,
2 Reds, 1 Devil.
2 Reds,
Oh,
1 Devil.
It's been a year since our business trip to Amsterdam.
Literally. Anniversary of it, isn't it, today?
So we think it's time we get going again, a little reunion, because we've all gone our
Where are we
separate ways
thinking-
after
where are we
uni.
thinking?
I think I've Sonny one this time, boys.
I could do a bit of sun. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
I'll
is
bring the sun cream this time.
Corona providing.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, something to look forward in these bleak times. Football
Exactly.
2 Devils, 1 Red. Or 2 Reds.
2 Devils, 1 Red.
What is
2 Reds, 1
you
Devil.
right?
Holiday. Oh no, my head's gone. My head's gone.
Your head's still in Amsterdam, mate. Right, so thanks for watching. I normally say if anyone's got it, but I think some people might have got this far, so
Yeah.
thanks a lot if you are listening in the pub in Australia. Thanks a lot.
Give us a shout out on Twitter.
And if you have made it, give us a like, because I know there's a lot of people viewed it, but not many people liked it. Did get a new subscriber though, so thanks for that. And I'm thinking I might try and get it out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that this time, which I haven't done since 2 Reds, 1 Devil started, but I'm thinking of kickstarting that up again. Since I'm full-time employed, I can afford £7 a month.
Alright, no need to fucking...
No need to flex on us, okay?
Honestly.
I'm treating you. I'll be asking you to transfer me the £2.30 if you're not careful. That was a nice gesture. That.
Hey, do you know what? You can have it when Boris gives us the rest of the fucking furlough.
We'll pay him back on holiday.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, or listening. This has been 2 Reds, 1 Devil. See you hopefully next week or in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.